Hello guys, Sean Burton in the house here, and welcome to another video that I have. Well, today I'm going to be doing a video of my kind of updated gaming rig here. It's what I got here. Well, that's my monitor, but back behind it, it's over here. As you can kind of see there. Well, it's off at the moment, but it's kind of a personalized rig, that I put. Obviously when I first got this case, it had a glass panel over here, but that glass panel was preventing air from flowing in. So what I did is I pulled the panel off, and I stuck these fan grills here so that air can flow through here, and here's the glass where you can see everything. And here's a rundown of the specs here. It's not exactly the newest, but still is pretty high end, I think. Anyway, the CPU is an Intel Core i7-6800K. It's a 6 cores with hyper-threading, so it's 12 threads total. It's got 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM running at 3000 megahertz. It's got a Samsung 860 EVO 250 gig SSD. Of course, it's got the MSI X99A Carbon Gaming Pro motherboard, and of course for the GPU it's got a PNY NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080. So not the newest components, but I'm thinking that this would be close to what a dream PC would have. Maybe say back in 2016 or so. Anyway, let's go ahead and fire it up here. So there's the fans here. Up here you got power button, it's USB ports, switch to turn the light fans on and off. Back here is the motherboard. Still got the legacy PS2 port for some reason. I don't know who would really still use that. I got a Bluetooth dongle, speaker ports, some USB 3 ports with USB 2. And down here I got the graphics card display, output ports, and of course there's my Wi-Fi card and my PSU, which is a 1000 watt OCZ power. Somehow I was actually able to take a little Wi-Fi card that came out of a Dell laptop, an old Dell laptop, and I was actually able to find an adapter to adapt it and put on this thing, so I do have Wi-Fi on this. Anyway, enough talking, let's go ahead and fire this thing up. So you can see the lights come on. Here's my CPU core. It's got all those fancy LED effects. Of course you can choose between red, blue, and green, and white as well. It's got like 4 colors. I chose green because that's my favorite color. So down here's my GeForce GTX 1080. Not the 1080 Ti, but just 1080. Here's 2 of the G-Skill DDR4, 3000 megahertz. And on this side there's another 2 sticks of DDR4. That's my CPU core. And of course there's my GPU. It's not lit up or anything, but And of course with the motherboard itself, you got this this red, it's kind of like a dragon you can see there. It's kind of what I like here about this motherboard. It's got like that red MSI themed glow to it. And of course finally up here you got where you can monitor the CPU temp as well, so that's pretty neat. So right now we're sitting at about 54 to 56 degrees Celsius. I think how I set this probably maxed at about 85 was, it's not too awfully much, but some people may consider it to be kind of high, but not really too dangerously high. You know, being that it's TJ Maxx is 100. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and run a benchmark that I personally like here. This is my graphics card overclocker. And let's go ahead and run this benchmark. Now, of course, being that this is a K, it does have an unlocked multiplier, so I do have this overclocked to 4.4 gigahertz. So let's see what this comes out to. By the way, my monitor is a Acer Pro. It's a 24-inch G-Sync 1080p monitor. Of course, it's got G-Sync, so that kind of helps smooth out the graphics when you're playing. Because apparently, what happens when you're gaming is apparently that G-Sync kind of like, apparently how G-Sync works, it's kind of like a separate logic board in the monitor, and apparently it kind of like adjusts the monitor refresh rate to help deal with fluctuations in frame rates while you're gaming, so you get more of a smooth, clean gaming experience. Instead of a lot of tearing or stuttering. So yeah, it's doing its thing here. Yeah, this benchmark I like because it kind of gives me some clear scores. In the form of percentages, kind of like when I was little. And how teachers used to rate how well you did in school, based on percentage. Being like if you got a 90 or higher, that'd be excellent. Something like an 80 would be good. 70% would be like okay. 60% would be like a needing improvement, and then 50 or below would be like failing. Okay, so I got it up here. Got the results. So it shows here motherboard's an MSI X99 gaming. So it shows 13, a little over 13 gigs for 8/16 at 3 gigahertz. Performing above expectations. So my CPU scored a 93.6 is outstanding. Scored a 133 on on the graphics. Scored a 125 on SSD. 16 gigs, Windows 10. More detailed summary. See, it shows a Core i7 6800K. 6 cores with 12 threads. Got it at 4.4. It's my graphics card. This is my primary SSD. Secondary SSD. And of course a 3 terabyte hard drive. And of course this is my quad channel RAM that I have in there, which also scored a 125. Way above expectations. So yep. Try some games here, so got some of my games here. Let's see how Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Should be starting up here in a bit. I got consent to it. I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey has been known to be a fairly demanding game. So let's see how this handles it on my current OC settings. Gotta skip all this. I guess it seems to be more optimized for AMD Ryzen, but it should work just fine on any recent Intel CPU. Check my settings. I got full screen 100%. Got ultra high preset quality. So let's see how this handles it. Takes a minute for it to load. Okay, so it's kind of at night time, so kind of sitting at 65 FPS. Let's move around. Seems to be fairly smooth. Staying about 68. Stay around 70. 67. See, in real life, this actually seems buttery smooth. You know, I'm just wandering here. Still staying in the 60s. So yeah, it seems to be handling this real nice. Sitting at 65. $63. It's kind of like early in the morning here, I guess. I guess people are starting to wake up. I wonder if any of y'all know exactly why the Spartan's helmet looks like a broom or something like that. Can't never figure that out. You can see how it looks like a broom or something like that, some kind of brush. So yeah, this seems to be going smooth, sitting around 66. Yeah, no stuttering that I see here. Even though it may look in the video. You know, this real life plane, it's not like any kind of synthetic benchmark. So yeah, I'm kind of pleased with this. You know, no stuttering at all. Because I remember running this on a less powerful 4770K, and this kind of had some problems with stuttering. This one does not, apparently. Especially with quad channel RAM, that helps too, and along with the 1080 and everything like that. So yeah, sitting around 70, 68, 63, 64, 66. Okay, so that seems to handle it pretty good. Now another fairly recent game to try is Far Cry New Dawn. This one's fairly recent. It came out in February of this year, so it's a few months old, but not really too old. It's essentially the same as Far Cry 5 that released a year before, but just with a different type of scenery, but it's essentially the same thing. Logging in. Okay, let's check our settings here. Let's see, full screen, 1080p, 180 refresh rate. Quality set to ultra, VSync off, frame rate off, or lock off. All that's off, and resolution scale 1.5. And this is going to be actual gameplay here. Okay, so sitting at around 74, 73. I'm gonna say ride a motorcycle here. So my motorcycle should be right here. Okay, I'm sitting around 80. It's got a little tad stuttering, but not too much, I guess. So I'm at around 79, 77 FPS. It's at 80 FPS, 81. 82 FPS, 76. Generally sitting around the upper 70s to low 80s on the FPS. $72. Doesn't seem to drop below 70. I think it's starting to get dawn right here. It's pretty good, you know, not much stuttering. It's starting to get daytime. Still sitting around 84 FPS. See, look back at the scenery. Sitting around 84, 83 FPS. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm impressed how well this rig handles games. Quite impressed. At least those are two of the most demanding games that I know that, as far as are in my collection. Well, I reached 90. Still not really hardly any stuttering, so that's good. Maintain probably an average of around 80 FPS. So as far as the gaming goes overall, this rig is doing excellent. I am indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off my vehicle and use my more powerful gun. Oh, look, I killed him. Or maybe not yet. It's hiding somewhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take him out. Huh. Definitely want to get out of the way here. Yeah, I see you hiding behind that tree. You can't hide. Huh. Serves you right. Trying to mess with me. So yeah, I'm walking through the woods staying around 70 FPS. With a lot of detail and whatnot. Probably drop down to the 60s where we get by the water and have a lot of detail. Sitting around 75, 76. Huh. Yeah, it kind of stuttered there, but I think that's just how it's not really been optimized too well. Still maintains around 76 FPS. See it? Gotta reload again. Okay, got him. See it? That has been my updated rig here. And of course shut down. And that finishes this video here, so good night, y'all.